don't know how the power is going to get here. Check on your phone. Let me see what it looks like.
You started, right?
Streaming. Fire streaming, yeah. How this is going to work out like this. No, not yet. Oh, there's no way you can join without someone. How do I? This is where it has to stay. So I just need something to hold the laptop this way. Let me share the mic first. So that's. Come again? Yeah. It's the. So how do I get this?
It's not clear at all.
Blurry or dark?
Blurry.
How blurry? I just said it now. Still not the response. No?
Okay, fair enough. But there will be no room for you to make anything. And it won't be easy to do on screen. They all have their own pages, so
They should.
yeah. We'll rush through it.
Let's start from there. Let me ask how many people are inside the deals. Okay, someone has joined. Hi, morning. Who's with us? The most likely is Benjamin. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Did you see the post? Did you see the question I posted? The producing class starts in 5 minutes. Have you printed the script we're using for class? We're using for practical in class. I need everybody to indicate. I need to know if you're all following along. What's the response to that? I thought it was a yes or no.
Yeah.
So
So it's okay.
it's one of the challenges I have with typing because you expect a yes or no, and people will say something like okay or yes. I asked two questions, A or B. Choose A or B, not yes. Yes to which one? Yes to A or yes to B? Okay. Let's continue. Let's do something. Time is the more we store, the more this time thing goes. We'll do it like that. Okay, so even though I need a pen and a pencil, I could use my marker. Um, Mr. Pierce, do you have your script printed? I sent the script this morning to the WhatsApp group. Do you have it printed yet? And there's two of us. Okay. On the 8 minutes mark, we'll start officially. Yeah, so good morning and welcome to the producing class day 2. Today we're looking at how to break down a script with the purpose of creating a budget. Okay, so I sent this script out to the WhatsApp group. Yeah, and I expect that everybody should have printed their own copies so that we can work together on this script today. Okay. So in yesterday's class, I taught us how to read a script. Was that yesterday? How to read a script? Or 2 days ago? Okay, it's been 2 days now. We did a class on how to read a script. Okay. And I introduced us to the major elements you'll find in a script: the scene header, the scene description, the character name, and the dialogue. Okay, as 4 major elements. Fine, there are 1 or 2 other elements you find in a script, but those are the 4 major elements you find in the script. The scene header, this is one that has interior. This right here, is it the light? Even me, is the light too much? Yeah, this one that says INT female hostel afternoon. Okay, that's the scene header. The scene header has 3 components: INT, which indicates whether interior or exterior; female hostel, which indicates the location of the shoot; and afternoon, which indicates the time of day. Next up is this portion that indicates the scene description, also called action, the scene description. Then you have the character name Boma and what Boma says, which is the dialogue. Why are you still cooking? Okay, so with that, I hope we're all on the same page with that. Okay, let's move forward to how to line the script, extract the what's it called? The you've started already, have you? And it's allowed. Extract the items we need to. Yeah, there's one more document I should have sent into the group. The script breakdown sheet. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Like we could just use a plain sheet for it. I'll post that in the group at a later date. It's easy to fill it in. But the goal is simple. We want to identify all the specific elements that we need to shoot this film. For example, the scene header, interior female hostel afternoon, gives us a clue as to the location. So the first thing we're going to discover from here is the location, female hostel. Okay, so how do you come up with a list of locations? You go through all the scene headers to identify the locations where each of those scenes happen. First things first. So let's do that. All right. So let's start with first scene. Oh, okay. I forgot. The first thing you want to do is to, can I borrow somebody's pen for a second? The first thing you want to do is to number your scenes before we start doing a scene breakdown. So take a pen and number each scene. So first one, O1. I'll go to the next one that starts on page 2, O2. And then on page 3, number it's 03. Yeah, I think there are just 3 scenes in this. Your pen. This your pen. It flow, it smooth. I'm tempted to not return it. All right. So that's first things first. You want to number your scenes. Do you, for those of us who are script writers, do you see at the point where we number scripts now? It is not at the point of writing. It is at the point of the production team working on the script. And a lot of the things we will do in the script will get retyped and introduced, inculcated in what's English? Yeah, added to the script and reprinted, whatever that English is. All right, so let's start from scene 1, interior female hostel afternoon. So, what location does scene 1 happen? Female hostel. Let's go to scene 2. Scene 2, what location? A specific room in the female hostel, Kate's room. So we have hostel as a whole, and then specifically now we have Kate's room. How about the third scene? Female hostel, Boma's room. Oh, the first one too was Boma's room, yeah? It just wasn't indicated, okay? So in this case, we understand that we need 2 rooms. A room for Boma's room and a room for Kate's room. Now we have the locations. Can you see how easy it is to look to extrapolate and deduce all the things we need? In this case, the locations for the shoot. Now it's easy for the location manager to go with this and find the location required. This is a short film, so this is all there is to it. Those are the 2 locations required for the shoot. Yes, please.
I don't think the first one, the female was, I don't think it's one.
Oh, okay.
There are 3 locations.
There are 3 rooms, yeah?
The first one is very low.
Okay, Sophie is cooking with a big pot. She's sweating profusely. She covers the pot and tries to. So it's a kitchen, yeah? Is it the general kitchen area in the hostel? Is that what it looks like? So, which brings me to here. Whether you're a producer or a director, you will need to understand the story that you're telling. You need to read it, understand it, or else you cannot break down the script. So you get the drift. Whether you're a producer or a director, it's not only the director that has to picture the film in their heads, but of course, it's his own primary job. Okay, but whoever is also doing the producing end of things, meaning either the line producer, the production manager, or the producer themselves, you should understand what you're reading and be able to deduce what is going on in the scene, or else it will be impossible for you to extract the things you need from it. For example, the script you wrote. Um, so there was a contraption under the chair, and then there was a part of the device that suctioned the hell out of the guys. They're essentially the same thing, just a part of that. If you didn't read the story enough to picture it, you think they are two different devices. Okay, so DK scene 2, female hostel Kate's room, female hostel Boma's room. Okay, and then the first one is female hostel. All right, good job, DK. Good job. Okay, so we've identified 3 specific locations that we need for this shoot. So if we were doing this live, we'll take a fresh sheet of paper, and on locations, we'll make a list of the 3 locations where we're doing this filming. So let's go ahead and do that. The third is kids, yeah?
Second is kids. Third is if you want to do it in order, it appears.
I understand. Okay, so 3 places we need for our locations. Okay, can you see me? Yeah. So 3, Boma's room, first hostel kitchen area, hostel kids room, hostel Boma's room. All right, so let's move on. I still need a pen. Where are all my pens? You have an extra. Wait, so is the extra I will give you? It is not the one that is slick that I will give you. You will give me the extra. I'm looking.
This one is erasable.
It's erasable.
Yes.
Exactly. Don't worry, I'll manage.
From the bottom. Yeah, if you can erase it.
All right. So, like we said yesterday, you want to read through the script and start marking out. Now, the sweetest way to do it is to have colored markers so that it's easy for you to easily tell what elements you have marked. But if all you have is just a pen and paper, it is good enough. Okay. So, but you'd have to come up with a bit of a convention now. Okay. So your convention is your own, whatever it is you choose to use to do within your business. So let's say we do this. So let's say we're going for characters or cast. Yeah. We've done locations, but let's say locations. Yeah. Costumes. Sound. Where's that list again? I think I posted this in the group. Can you read out so that I know which one I miss? Sound,
Props.
visual props, special effects, SFX/VFX. What else? Stunts. Anything else?
Character, costume, props, set dressing.
Set dressing.
Music,
Set dressing.
extras.
Okay. All right. So we could do this for our own purpose
See.
and do A and B and C and D and E, F, G, and H. Meaning wherever you see a character, you underline it and you put an A to the side. Wherever you have a location, you underline it and you put a B. Do we get that? It's a little straightforward, yeah. While it's digressing from the color coded stuff that we've seen in class, but it's not about the color. It's about extracting what you need, and you can use any what's it called, any nomenclature to get that done. I hope we're getting what I'm saying. Good. So let's use what we have on the board. Yeah. Can we all see the what's it called on the board? And we'll use this. So I want you at home, take your script and use. Can you type this and put it in the group? So I'm going to get somebody to type this and post it in the group. Okay, take a picture. Cool. But no, make it just this to this. So that it's very bold and clear. Okay. So it's been posted into the group, the WhatsApp group. Pick it from there. So take your script. I hope you have your script printed. That's how it would be easy for us to do this. Take your script and start going through your script. The best way to do it is to go through it 6-7 times to make sure you don't miss out any. But let's do Ojoro today, especially since we're using just one color. If we're using multiple colors, it will be easier to actually go through it multiple times. But we're using just a pen and your script. So for every time you see a character, underline it and write A in front of it. Do we get that? We have 10 minutes. Let's do this. Let's start. So I'll be reading from here. Just in case somebody there does not have a script, you can be scrolling through the elements as I break it down as we go on. Okay? All right, so let's start from, remember, the first thing you want to do is number your scenes rather. Go from scene 1 and you want to number it 01 for scene 1. The second scene you number it 02, 0. There are just 3 scenes there, so it will be 01, 02, and 03. All right? Okay. So scene 1, the first thing we see is female hostel. Location is B, yeah? So I'll put a B in front of that. All right, Sophie is cooking with a big pot. Sophie, we underline Sophie. Sophie is a character, so A in brackets. Is cooking with a big pot. Big pot is a prop. What's the number for prop here?
The prop is E.
E. So you put an E in front of big pot. Okay. Next is she's sweating profusely. This is makeup. You might not be able to get somebody to sweat in real life, so it's easy to just use a makeup-ish sweat. So underline sweating profusely. And what's it for makeup? Costume and makeup is C. Okay, so C. She covers the pot and tries to fill a bucket. Now, we've seen the pot in front. You don't need to underline pot another time. It's only once. However, she tries to fill a bucket. This is the first time we're seeing bucket. So you'd underline bucket. Bucket is a E, yeah, and E. So, mathematics and English, when they start jamming like this, God day. And she tries to fill a bucket with water at the same time.
What's the water?
Now, water could be prop. Yeah.
Water is important too.
Water is important. So let's underline water because you have to make water available. E for water. While at it, our roommate Boma enters. Boma is a character with a. She? Is this thing making sense? Small.
Yes.
Those of us who are online, are you watching? Are you following this? All right. So we just did the what's it called for the scene description, scene 1. Now we're going to Boma, what's it called? The dialogue. Now there isn't much here. Why are you still cooking? I'm so sorry I had to go for lectures. Just hold on a bit. I'll be through in a short time. Boma, raising her voice. I will not take this from you next time. Whilst pacifying Boma, CC busts in. So we have CC. That's a new character. Of course, we mark CC with A. She busts in, moves straight to the corner designated for cooking, and realizes that the food is still on fire. She turns to Sophie in anger. CC, what rubbish is this? Pointing to the pot on fire.
Missing now.
Yes.
It's not stated. It's not stated in the script.
Mhm.
So we have to get like a stove or a gas. It's not here. It's that she's cooking in a big pot. This is a big pot. You don't see what's under it.
Yeah.
So it's a prop that is not mentioned in the script, but it's very important.
Yeah, sure. So she just brought up the fact that while a gas, a stove, or a adogon, or whatever is used to cook is not expressly mentioned in the script, we ought to factor that in and provide it as part of the prop. I agree. However, there's also the bit of it's a kitchen. So if the location manager gets a kitchen, then we ought to have cooking implements in the kitchen. But she's also right. Should you not have a kitchen and you choose to improvise, yeah, and you get a space and you get a set decorator to turn it into a kitchen, then they must provide for everything, including the stove or the gas or whatever that is used to cook. So that brings us to the point of you should always have at the back of your mind the peculiarity of your own production. If your production needs you to be very, very detailed to the minutest because you provide everything, then of course you must do that. If, however, you have almost everything already provided, then you could be a little what's it called? But I would actually go with her. We should indicate well, there's nothing to underline actually. So it could be a side note though, that there should be a gas or a stove or something to cook with. All right, moving on. We were on CC's dialogue. What rubbish is this? Pointing to the pot on fire. Why should I return after a tiring lecture and find nothing to eat? Cutscene. What time is it? Boma is silent with her hands placed together, pleading with CC. The latter rushes towards her and gives her a resounding slap. Ah! Boma bends, hold her face with tears rolling down her cheeks. Sophie rushes towards CC, pulling her back. Sophie, please take it easy with her.
These tears don't make up.
Yeah, tears could be makeup. It depends. If you have a good enough actor, tears is not makeup. Sweat, on the other hand, might be makeup because you can't generate sweat. You can cry, but you can't sweat.
Unless you're Christian Bale.
Because I don't sweat that.
The sweat's uncommon.
I know they do. All right, so moving on. Yeah.
Batman.
Sophie, please take it easy with her. You don't need to go physical. Like she said, the food will be ready soon. Sissy, I find it irritable that she's still cooking. Sophie, just be a little patient. She's almost through. Turns to Boma, who is trying to check whether the food is ready to serve. Sophie, be fast with that thing. We're on page 2 now. If you're following, we're on page 2. Boma, I will be serving you both now. Sophie, better. Boma serves the both of them and quickly leaves the room. Okay, so here, just like she mentioned, there are some things that are not outrightly pointed out here. Boma serves the both of them with what?
Plates.
On their hands? Plates. So you could understand or underline serves them both. And what's it called for props? E. Okay, and put an E there. I don't know if that makes sense to us. You will need plates to serve. So yeah. Now we're on scene 2.
I think
Interior
we should go back to the pot on fire and underline that fire
fire. Okay. All right.
as a prop.
As a prop. Okay.
And when CC comes in,
I get that. So we're back to page 1, scene 1. Under CC's dialogue, the first time we see CC, we want to underline the pot on fire specifically, and tag that also as a prop so that we know that if we don't have a cooking, either a pot, a stove, or a gas cooker in the provided location, we will need to provide it as a prop also. So the easiest thing to underline there is fire. But is it making sense for all of us? I need those of us in the online to indicate 0 people online. Now, wow, the number is just fluctuating. If you're online and you're listening and you're hearing me, if you're following this and it's making sense to you, please indicate so that we know how well we're doing. Yeah. So scene 2, interior, hostel, female hostel, Kate's room. So we underline all of that, female hostel, Kate's room, and mark that with a B. B, she. B is location. Yes. We mark that with a B. All right. Boma visits her friend Kate 2 blocks away. She explains what had transpired a
Kate,
while.
you're meeting Kate for the first time.
Ah, I thought we had it. We're seeing her for the first time. Imagine. All right. So Kate, we underline Kate. Kate is we'll mark that with an A. She's a character. Yeah. So Boma visits her friend. This madam does not need to continue with the class. Ben, let's give her certificate. Let her graduate. She don't. Ah.
No,
Hey.
I said we already
Mhm. All right, moving on. So Boma visits her friend Kate 2 blocks away. She explains what had transpired a while back in her room. Kate stands and fumes with anger. Kate, what rubbish did I just hear? I need to unhear this now. I have told you times without number that you're not their maid. How did you allow things to degenerate into this? Boma, honestly, I don't know. I did not know it would turn out like this. I just wanted them to like me. I thought helping them out with cooking and fetching water will get them to like me. But it seems they have both turned me to their maid. Kate, need I remind you that you are also a student? The fact that they are ahead of you does not give them the right to treat you this way. Haba, look at your size. You are way bigger than them. Boma. So so this throws up a setting, something that is easy to miss. So we don't have character descriptions for our characters at the beginning of the scene. Did you notice?
Yeah.
However, is it
At some point, the script writer makes the character.
makes the characters up? Abi. I didn't even notice that. But at this point, they give us a bit of character description. So in Boma's line, she says, no, Kate, she's like, Haba, look at your size. You are way bigger than them. This lets us know that Boma is bigger than both Sisi and so when you can't have this line and Sisi and Sophie are bigger than Boma. It will not make any sense. Okay, so this gives us a bit of character description. I really do not know exactly how we're going to do this one, but then but you get what I'm saying. So it's something to note. So you could just underline that and just give it a note. So you are way, so let's underline way bigger than them and do character description.
Can I say something?
Yes.
If I am the director, I will not make woman bigger than, because it will not what will I say, make the audience, you see,
Really?
empathetic towards her. If she's bigger than them. Come on, son. For what now? Sorry. Because me and what's his name? Is he online? Yes. We're arguing the very first day. He said he wrote a script. And people that went for a job interview, he was part of the job interview. Then they fell into the hands of two kidnappers. You understand? It's a script he wrote. Yes, I don't know if they're online. So he was the people there fell victims of kidnappers, then kidnapped them. I said, you guys big and tall like this. Because he said he is the part of the story. I said, that means people that want to kidnap you must be bigger and taller than you. Do you know how PS is? And why do you cast yourself? You know, to me, if I'm watching kidnappers, you're a fool. How would you be big? I
Okay.
don't bigger than you.
So I agree with that, but there's
No empathy.
another side to that story. So one thing we understand in life is your fist versus a knife and your fist versus a gun are two very different things. So small guy with a gun is 100% more than big guy, no matter what his size is.
No
I just
gun,
wanted to
no
add
gun.
something to the next.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about me watching now.
I
As
Yeah.
an
understand.
audience.
Yeah.
You come, you be PS, that is
I
them.
understand.
You guys will be
Ma-
then me, I come and start and kidnap PS.
But what I just wanted
Does this-
to add.
I get that. I get that.
But what I want to add is, in the end, it also depends on, okay, what impression have we given the audience about the character, the supposedly big character. For instance, if we've shown, the opening shows that this character is timid. If the opening shows that this character, owing to the makeup of it, like how we give the set or the mood we surround the character. The other day, we were talking about how each Marvel character has their own,
Theme music and
theme
all.
music, exactly, and a vibe to their own on stage presence. So
Yeah.
if the vibe we have been given is that of, okay, this Sophie character.
Boma is timid.
No, it's Sophie actually. If you go back to the beginning, to see.
Oh, they mixed it
They make
up.
lots
Who
of
is the
stuff.
person telling the story? It's not Boma.
And it's Sophie. No, we're not talking about perspective now. We're talking about, okay, how this.
So who is the story?
The
Who is
main
the
character
story?
in the
Yes.
story is
Boma.
Sophie.
Boma.
Maybe it started with Sophie. Maybe it started with Sophie, but it continued with Boma. So let's stick
That's
to
what I'm
Boma.
saying.
So let's just stick with the Boma character.
Fine, we're sticking
Yeah.
with Boma. You get, so in the end, what matters is, okay, how has this character been presented? So that is so it's left for the cinematographer and the director to find a way to make this seemingly big person, look so vulnerable.
And you can empathize with her.
Exactly.
I
so
get.
that you can empathize
Yeah.
even when the other characters come through.
Yeah.
You get, so I get what you're saying, man, but like
So-
in the end, it's still.
So are we? Do you
Nice
get
of
this
the director to
conversation?
do that.
I love this the way this conversation is going, because the truth about it is there is no perfect sense anywhere.
Mhm.
Okay, it's about, okay, I know what I want my audience to feel, and I don't think this will work for it. You could be right, but then some other person could come with some other take and some other angle, and if we're open-minded enough, like, oh, okay, and that is also right. Meaning two people can actually attack the same subject matter from two very opposite perspectives, and they will still make sense.
Now, just something I wanted to add. So it also ties into what you said about Pierce and that bit. Now, I think the beautiful part would be, it would be too obvious if, okay, in that context, okay, Pierce going to his strength powers the other kidnappers. Okay, but they can take a different take. As in, okay, maybe, okay, his weight in this context. He brilliantly, finds a way to use his, brains to wealth out of that situation. But prior to that, we need to have set the stage that, okay, this character is not that kind of person who can take on this kind of thing. Whether as a result of, okay, he has proven that he's a timid character, he has proven that he's shy or he's incapable of holding communication with people, that kind of thing. Or maybe there's a traumatic past to it that makes him have a hard time wanting to.
See, you told us a movie is what I see.
What you see?
What I'm coming to watch now. If I come and watch a movie and I see two guys, I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
Maybe he's just is a big fool or is timid or whatever. If I see a guy like Pierce in a movie and I see your Megad and two of your Megad coming to catch Pierce and they want to kidnap him, and Pierce is to me, visually, I'm not impressed. At least Pierce should, in the end, he overpowered them. He overpowered the kidnappers. You understand? So I said, I beg, it's not interesting to me. It's a good story, but it's not interesting. Recast the person to be smaller. You're a big person. Nobody will feel any empathy towards you when I'm watching the
Okay,
movie.
so
He
so
said,
here's
no,
the drift now.
No, he's saying what you are
I get
saying.
that. So hold on, don't let's
Yes,
drag
what
it too
you're
much.
saying.
Don't let's drag it too much. But let's look at it from this angle. Now, imagine if you're a producer, yeah, and the most trending actor right now is Pierce, and you want to feature him in your film, and the script you have is this particular script. How can you make it work?
I think something that could make it work would be to give Pierce a flow. I remember.
But I want her to answer it. You are answering. I want her to answer it. Okay, but do you get the scenario though? You're a producer. You know this is a bankable actor. If you use this guy inside your film, it will blow. So you are ready to, like, anyhow, whatever we would adjust. I'm using this guy in my film. Good. And then this is the script. It has to be kidnapped and then get his way out of it. You, on the other hand, understand that audiences might not be empathetic with the fact that this big guy is just readily overpowered by these small people. Question is how, though you're a producer, but now you have writing antecedents. How do you make it work?
I'll go see. You want to create a flow?
He's asking how would you deal with that?
Yes, you
Yes,
want to
come
create a flow. Now,
Money.
I just saw Aquaman.
Okay.
I just saw the movie. You know Aquaman's
Good one.
brother. You know Jason.
Jason Momoa is Aquaman.
Mama's no brother. The real
And,
thing. Now he was put in prison. When I first saw him, I was like, what happened to this
He was
guy?
shriveled.
Yes.
They made him look very
Yes. Until
emaciated.
he got into water. When water just touched him and he came and you see the guy scream.
Yeah.
Even my mom would even run. Waiting. And you see the guy scream. So if I want to work with PS now,
Yeah.
I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to use heavy
Same thing
makeup
they did in
on.
Avengers, Captain America. At the beginning,
Beginning,
he
when
was
he
one
was-
very smallish guy until he got injected with the serum and all of that, and then he became.
Because there's no way. Sorry, I want to put PS. We could do like that. There's two small guys come and take that kidnapping him. I would never do it as a director. Even if let's say that somebody just died in front of him now, let's say that he just not even member of his family, let's say that the worst thing happened to him. Yes, it's physically, it doesn't look good visually. Eh?
Thank you.
Okay.
No
So hold
flaw.
on. Wait. So no flaw. No flaw.
No.
Okay.
So if it wasn't a flaw, what could it be? What if?
Miscasting.
Wait.
Casting.
Wait. Let's look at it from this point of view. What if a member of his family either has been kidnapped or something, and he knows that if he, I don't know if you're getting the picture I'm painting, like you put them in jeopardy if he does anything now.
Okay.
So he has to go with the flow up until he's sure that his own folks are out of danger before he can do anything. You know, in that wise, it's not about him being physically
That's what he said.
incapacitated.
That's what he said. I remember now. He said the girl they kidnapped are screaming. So he wants to find out because he knows that he can overpower those other people. But the story is the talking, the
He's explaining it.
is too much. You understand? You know what I'm saying?
It's not in script, he's just telling you.
No, he shot it already.
I know, but I don't
Oh, he has shot it already.
Yeah, I shot it. I told
Okay.
him. No, I was telling you that why he cast himself as the main character? Like he's too big. He then told me that he give him this person's bouncer. You were there in class that day now. You were there. He's Daniel's bouncer. He's I think he's part of the people. I said, okay, they're bigger than you. So it's okay.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you can take it off my Facebook. I'm not sure, things like this should be happening on the live stream because I don't know if the movie is out there yet.
Is the movie out yet?
He said he's recorded it.
Oh, okay.
I'm using his example.
Yeah, well.
Yes. No, I'm using his example because it's
Mm.
part of the producing class.
The class.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just
he-
like
That guy.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
fair
he was saying
chief.
that day. He was saying, so we were arguing for a long time. He doesn't want to listen to me, and me, I don't want to listen to him. He said
All right. All right. We'll use that. We'll discuss that in another forum. Let's continue with today's class. Okay.
So it's back to this Boma.
Yeah.
Me, I will never make her bigger than those girls. I'll
Okay.
make her tiny as hell.
Let's finish the script. I actually have not read it through, so I don't know the justification for Boma's size. But let's continue. You have your script printed, yeah? Did you print your script? 2 copies, beautiful. You're supposed to collect award though. 15 naira for you, the only person who printed the script. All right, so we're still on page 2.
Look at your size. You are way bigger than them. That's what really because
Yeah. So page 2, we're towards the end of the page, Kate. So I pointed this out as a character description that we can note. Yeah. Then we go to Boma's. We continue from Boma's dialogue. Like I earlier said, I wanted. Maybe I think this person missed the word. All I wanted was love. You know how much I yearn for people's validation. Now nobody should be saying this kind of words like ever. Like you know how much I want validation. Like really. So this is what is called, for those of us who are script writers, this is what is called on the nose dialogue. this kind of stuff. Like you don't say that about yourself. You don't say, I'm so needy. That if people don't like me. I don't feel okay. Does
I don't
anybody
think
say
there's
that?
anything wrong with that.
The people can say.
I just told you what's wrong
say
with
that,
dialogue.
but it's on visually. It doesn't feel right.
If there's no way you say
No,
those
if
such
it's
things,
someone intimate.
no matter how intimate.
Sir,
I just
I'm
want
with
to be loved.
With you.
It's not a bad.
Oh yeah, then the next line.
This, how much I yearn for people's validation is questionable.
It's
Questionable,
very not
yes.
just questionable, it's highly
I just
questionable.
want to be loved.
If it's at that point, it's okay. I want to be loved, yes. But you know how much I yearn for people's validation. Like really, that would be like this demon and angel kind of thing on your shoulder, and demon is like, you know how much you love to be validated, and they just don't listen to him. It's like a way of saying your thoughts out. All right, moving on. This is not a script writing class. Forgive us. So, like I earlier said, all I wanted was love. You know how much I yearn for people's validation. I just want to be in everybody's good book. Kate, you see that urge to be in everyone's good book? Kill it. Aren't you fed up with the way you're treated? Boma, honestly, I am. Kate, then stand up for your rights. This is your fight. I will not interfere. Boma, exasperated, rises and walks out of the room. Scene 3. Interior, female hostel, Boma's room, night. So we're underlining female hostel all the way to Boma's room. This is a location, so we mark it as B in circle. Yeah? All right. So Boma enters the room and meets Sisi and Sophie chatting. As soon as she enters, Sisi makes a signal, beckoning her to come towards them, but Boma ignores. Sisi, didn't I just call you? Boma ignores them. Surprised, they stare briefly at each other and back to Boma. Sophie, is something wrong with you? Boma, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Sisi climbs down her bunk. Okay, she climbs down her bunk. Do we need a bunk?
Yes.
Yes. So bunk, prop, B. What's prop again? E. So we mark bunk with an E. And raises her hand to slap Boma, but she holds her hands. Who is the she? In this case, it will be Boma holding Sisi's hands, but it's not clearly spelled out. That's what she meant to say, though. Sophie, are you kidding me? Sophie also jumps down from the bed to assist her friend, Sisi, but Boma pushes her away while holding down Sophie. Do you see where her weight comes into play now? But can you see where her weight comes into play? Boma, both of you took me for a ride because you thought I was naive, right? All I wanted was your love and approval, but you became so insensitive and turned me to your maid. Sisi, who is under Boma's grip, struggles to free herself, but cannot. Sisi is standing in awe, beckons on Boma to free her friend. Beckons or begs. I will let her go on only one condition. Sophie, what condition? You will both serve me for 1 week. You prepare my meals, fetch water for me, and dress my bed every day for 1 week. Sophie, indeed, looks can be deceiving. Boma, did you just say something? Sophie, not at all. Boma releases Sisi and pushes her to the floor towards Sophie. She walks gallantly to her bed while Sisi and Sophie stare at her in stupefaction. Okay, so
See why she must be a smaller person.
this is that what?
From this story, me reading it to the end. Boma, this Sophie, I don't even know the story writer. Is very confused. The main character should be a smaller person. So when she does that, they will be surprised. So as small as you have, that kind of strength in you. If I'm big, it's expected.
That's actually that's a twist that can work. That's a twist that can work. True. Okay, don't let's stress the script writing part of it.
No, it's not the script. I don't want the producer.
Yeah.
I'm the director. I'm looking at
It makes sense though. So I'll suggest this to the writer. Okay. So
Well, the writer has written.
no. Me, I'm saying back to our own script writing class.
Yes, but the scriptwriter has written what she wants to put down. So she has. If you ask her, like, you come and have when I say a conversation with her, why she wrote it that way, she will have her reason. It's not left for the director or
Take
the
a different
producer
direction.
to take a direction with it.
Mm.
You don't have to, you don't follow the script the way the script is now. You know what you taught us. So the script that has
I was
written.
speaking as a script coach, not as a director.
Okay, ask her
Do you
why she
get?
made
Do you
her
get?
pick her. No, ask her she made her pick. Ask her. She's not her reason. It might be good for her.
All right. So I don't know if I mentioned this in this class before, but the film is written 3 times. The first time is when the scriptwriter writes it. The second time is when it is shot by the director. The third time is during the edit. And on each of these 3 occasions, you can do mega altering that can change the destiny of the film and the story altogether. Yeah, so she's on point.
Like when you read a book and you watch the film, you said it before, then you're wondering that please this book and this film,
Like nothing, it does it sometimes, yeah.
Snowman. I don't know who has seen Snowman.
Mm-mm.
It's a very popular film. It's shot in Norway. If you read the book Snowman and you watch the movie, it's not the character names that is the same. Finish. Everything in the story does different. And snow.
Okay, how do we create a budget from this? Of course, so the next step we have to do now is take a sheet and list out all these that we have come up with. So, you snap this, we have this already, yeah? This one. Just this bit, do portrait this time around. I know you love landscape, and landscape is good for film. So just do this. Hold on.
Done.
Okay.
This is a good budget film.
Yes, we'll do a lot of such. We'll do a lot of such.
Probably zero budget.
Zero budget.
Except for the cooking.
You know what I got?
Well, so if the moment you say except, then it's not zero budget. All right, so let's start. I think I'm going to have to rewrite this though. So. Okay, you can read it out for me from there now. What else?
Stones.
Stunts.
Side pricing.
Did we notice any stunts inside this thing? Sir?
No, I mean, besides them,
The
fights are good.
All right, so characters. No, this is not the. We're still just listing out what's it called, the items that we have extrapolated from our script. So characters, how many characters? Let's start from 4. So we have Boma. Who else? Sophie. Sissy. Kate. Okay, locations 3.
2 or 3, yeah.
3. Kitchen, female hostel. Let's do it this way. Female hostel. And then you have kitchen,
Boma's room.
Kids' room, and kids' room. Yeah. These 3 in the female hostel. How about costumes? Did we make out any costumes?
Makeup.
Sweats.
Oh, it's makeup and costume, yeah?
Sweats.
Okay.
These pieces can be one day, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing you can see the board now, clearly. Okay. So costumes and makeup. Well, the costume department. So here is the drift now. You know that from here, you could extrapolate what specific things they'll be wearing, but the makeup and costume department could be the ones to, after you've done your initial breakdown, they can now forward to you what they will wear scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. It's not specifically stated in the script, but they will wear something, yes or yes. Whether they will be bringing it themselves or not, but it still has to be indicated what specifics that they are wearing. Costume and makeup department will now say, okay, since she's coming from school, she should be wearing maybe this. The one that is at home, maybe she's wearing the neck, whatever. You get the drift. That's the reason why you are not the final bus stop as a producer, as a person breaking down the script. You're not the final bus stop of the what's it called? The items to be included in the budget. That's why there's a departmental head. Somebody who's is my head inside this thing. Somebody who's responsible for making sure that every item. Do we get it? So in the case where you are the only person who's responsible for making your film, however, meaning you're working with a crew of 3 people: producer, director, and cinematographer. And the director is also going to edit. Just 3 of you. Do you know you are the one who would work as the head of the costume and makeup department too? And this stuff I just mentioned, you will be the one responsible for coming up with it. Am I making some sense? Either the director or the producer. One of you still has to do the job. So it is not a case of how many people are working on this film. It is understanding that this role and this role and this role must be filled. Even if it's just me alone, I must sit in the office of a costumier and think of what costumes are my characters going to wear in all of the scenes. Write it down. I must think as makeup. What specific makeup am I going to need for my, and write it down. And think as set dressing. It's just you alone making the film, but you must think as a set dresser. You must think as a makeup person. You must think as a costuming person. Or else, whatever breakdown you thought you did, whatever preparation you thought you did, on the day of the shoot, you discover that you get it. Okay. So, if you're streaming and you're under AC, you are wrong. Those of us here, we can't be sweating, and you off that AC now. All right, moving on. So at least for now, we've identified only one item, which is the sweat. Yeah, that's the only thing we've identified for now. But we understand that this can be added to as we go on. Okay, all right. Sound, non-nil. Props, yes. How many items of props did you come up with? Can we?
Pot or cooking utensils, cooking whatever, fire,
Okay, fire,
pot,
pots,
You're putting it on sound. So.
bucket,
ye. Props, fire, pots, bucket,
water,
water.
Fire.
Come again?
There's a bunker, right?
Fire.
bunk.
Bunk, yeah. Yeah, we've indicated fire, yeah.
No, I'm not saying fire.
But no, it's not. But this is how we got to that. she's cooking. She will need something to cook. What if there is no gas cooker or something in the location you got? It is still your job to provide it. So since it was not expressly mentioned in the script, the closest thing we could find is fire. That's why we circled fire as a reminder that we need to, if it's not available, provide something to cook with.
Did you write water?
Yes, water. What else? What are we looking for? So props. What's the figure? What's the sign for prop P? Okay, so you're just going through your script and you're looking for it serves both plates. Page 2. You're not going through your script.
I'm looking
Uncle Ben.
Why did you see
I have
bomb?
a better idea, but everyone is going through. I just want to see how everything went together.
Why did you
I'm
see
with you.
bomb?
Bunk.
No,
Bunk
when she
is
gets off the bed now.
Bunk is on page 3. Scene 3, page 3.
Okay, I see.
Are we good? Is there anything else we've missed out? Okay, so far so good. Ah, book. Is there a
to
book?
give the feel that it's a hostel?
That's set dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Props.
It doesn't. Character doesn't interact with it, so it's not.
I think I've made the distinction between set dressing and prop. If the character interacts with it, prop. If it's just part of the design, set dressing. Okay? So sound effects, VFX, anything? No. Stunts, not really.
It's not
One,
because
just one. Slap.
I sound
two.
you. I sound you.
Slap
I
one.
knows you.
Okay.
And the slap at the beginning. SFX.
Okay.
Boma is slapped. One.
That banging of the door when she goes out.
That one is okay. Props. How many props? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 items. Okay. Then set dressing. What do we have for set dressing? I have been laughing since yesterday. Seems you didn't read the script before now. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for posting. Yes, it is. Esther, yes. DK, seems you didn't read it before now. I've been laughing since yesterday. DK, help me out here. What has been making you laugh since yesterday? Is it the same script that I posted today or something else? Because you know, DK. All right, so moving on. But are you guys following us though? 26 minutes. And then set dressing for the room and for the kitchen. There are 3 rooms here. So you would need to actually wait on the set dresser to specify what he wants to do with these 3 rooms. The kitchen, surface room, and Boma's room. Yeah? So do we have this? Oh yeah, snap the snapper. So that we can go to the next bit.
Got it.
Okay. You're posting it in the group, yeah?
Yeah, I know. What's so all this list? What's it called now?
What's the
The list, the entire thing. What's it called?
It's actually called a script breakdown list. It actually looks. Let me send a copy into the group of what it actually looks like. This thing that we're doing, there's actually a sheet structured for it. Give me a second. But like something I'm beginning to get us to see is what the text that was written in black ink and cleaned should be sent to the chat. Text written. You know what you're saying?
Yeah. Character.
Actors, location, equipment.
Okay, to be sent now. DK.
That's the production list now. Or something. No, budgeting list, production budget. For production budget.
Is what?
That's the production budget list. Covering equipment.
No, that's we're good. That's where we're going to next. We're not even there yet. You mean this one we just did on the screen now?
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Just hold on. You see it now.
So the location should fall under centers. I mean, so
Is this thing legible or is it too small? The stuff I just sent. Okay, I think it's legible. Yeah. So this is what a script breakdown sheet looks like. That stuff I just drew on the board, this is what it's supposed, this is the document you're supposed to use to enter it. But you know that whether you draw straight lines or you draw specific boxes, you know the idea is getting it listed out. Do you get it? Because sometimes we can get caught up in official formalities and you might not be able to move forward. Uncle gets plain sheet of paper and write from the script the things you need to use. Okay, if you have the document though, it's beautiful. Use the document. If you don't have it, and then when we're watching the film, we will not be comparing your script breakdown sheets to the movie on this. True or false? Aha. The reason why you should know this, be aware of it and use it is because you would have to work with other people other than just what we'll do here. So you can easily fit into any situation, scenario, production, studio-ish thing, big or small. Do we get that?
understood.
Yeah.
I didn't get what you just sent me.
Share the production sheet.
Network today, yeah.
It has not showed up at all.
You what was it? So,
Please show on your phone so that you can see what it looks like.
I'll be open the door.
Duh, I forgot.
Network today.
I'll do one. I'll open more than one.
Next one.
The answer.
There should be better airflow now.
Okay.
So for just a minute, let me address those who are. So for those of us who are streaming, have you seen the production script breakdown that I posted? That's what it's supposed to look like. The stuff we did on the board, that's the official document you should write it in. But I did this so that it's easy. You can easily picture what we're doing. So getting a document and entering it in the documents becomes easy, breezy, whatever. Easy breezy, whatever. Madam Joe, you've seen it, yeah?
I've seen it on his phone.
Oh, okay. So do you get the concept of what the script breakdown is supposed to be like now? Cast stunts, extras, special effects, props, vehicles or animals, should you need that? Wardrobe, makeup and hair, sound effects, special equipment, production notes. There. And you do this for each scene. At the top is the what's it called? The title, if it's interior or exterior, the specific location where we're breaking down and stuff like that. Yeah. And the basic description of the scene. So scene number, basic description of the scene and all of that. Yeah.
So, quick one. So this is just a scene right now. In one location, right?
Yes, one scene, each scene, per scene, yeah.
A scene, right?
But you know that we are approaching this as per a short film and everything we need to get for that short film.
Yeah.
So you can actually afford to just lump it together.
Okay. But for a whole movie now, there will
Of
be
course.
it will be broken down for one scene.
For each
one
scene. Exactly.
Okay.
So, but for example, let's assume that a quack taught you. Let's assume. But you know how to break down a script and how to extrapolate what you need.
Yeah.
And then you now get to a big studio and they say, why are you lumping everything into one page? You should separate it into separate pages. It's easy for you to actually separate it now. You've gotten the concept of how to break down. But the only difference is you break down in one sheet, they expect you to spread it over multiple sheets. Easy. Different from you don't even know waiting with the call breakdown at all. You can't enter the place, can't they look like Momo? They say breakdown script. You're like, sir, I've looked at it.
So if it's a full length movie, if it's a full like this is like 3 minutes movie, right? So if it's a full like 1 hour movie,
Yeah.
it will take what the first
Like
thing
a
is,
series.
it take one
Scene,
is it by scene? Or
scene by scene.
scene by scene.
Yes.
One
So
scene,
each sheet
one
goes
sheet.
into one sheet.
One scene, one
Into
scene.
one sheet of that breakdown sheet. And we're still going to get there. Remember, we're starting slow. We're doing a short film and we're just learning to do these things small by small, bit by
When
bit.
was that advert?
Yes, we would. Oh, you mean for next week?
Mhm.
Our advert is not the first thing we're doing. No. We will never shoot anything. We will now just start to go and to the
When
shoot
is that the
advert.
first one we're going to do the advert?
I mean,
Oh,
so okay, so I think I said it. What I said was correct, but how I said it. So let me rewind. Next week we're doing our first project, which is a group project. All of us would work on it. Your first individual project will be the advert. You see that it's still the same thing, but it's just
But that my individual project now,
yeah.
I will still use the director from here.
Yeah.
I'll still be the
You can
producer.
produce and direct, or you can hold get a producer to go with you. What is most important is somebody to shoot and edit.
The cinematography will come from
If they find it or they edit, they make money.
No, it's not money on now, it's class work now.
So the money go give editor.
No, it's
Okay,
class
okay, I
work.
can see it. Okay.
Is it not class work?
Yes, it is.
Class work, let the money vary. It's fun, sit down. I'll start up right.
If there are others from earlier classes, please send them too. We've been sending stuff we've been using in classes. Don't worry, DK. If there's any other material, as we use them, we send them. Okay. We just got to the part of documents now. Before now, we've been discussing what to do. Now we're doing. So as we're using the documents, we're sending the documents. Yeah. And then at the end of when we get to that bit, we'll cross that bridge. I'm done with promising. Yes. Where were we?
You've just successfully broken down this.
We've just broken down this. So next step is now budgeting for our film. Yeah. All right. So let's pull up the budget template I sent and let's see how we can work this into that. The last one, the Excel spreadsheet. Streamers, we're going to what are DK. Where is the Pepsi now? There's no Pepsi anywhere.
Yes, we're going to production shadows.
All right. So for those of us who are streaming, I want you to open up the Excel spreadsheet, the last one I sent, the production, the something template. What did I call it? The budget. What's the English of the name?
Is it top spread? Is it top sheet too?
Not that one. It came after. Film budget template is an XLS file. Is an Excel file. Film budget template. Have you seen it? Come. Let me give you internet access. So if your internet is messing up, you can still get to do stuff.
Okay, see. I don't want to use it. 5 minutes for you.
Okay, they just came in now, Abi. Okay.
Excel spreadsheet for project templates. Is that what?
Yes. No, not that one. Film budget template. Yeah, it's an Excel spreadsheet. Yes, film budget template.
This is. Is it this one? This.
Yes, that one.
This is. Not open.
It's not opening. Oh, it's still downloading. Let me share internet with you now.
How do they share?
Grinch, you look for on hotspots. Look for Grinch.
Hotspot.
Yeah. Just no, you don't turn on your hotspot. I mean your Wi-Fi.
Who that?
Oh
Who that?
no, Grinch. I'm the guy who stole Christmas.
Oh, insert energy. Who does that?
Password.
No, it doesn't come.
That means I've turned it off. Where's the phone? That means it has turned off.
Let me just be managing my own assist phone. I have over 20 messages from you now.
We need to do that. So, and I need it to have a lot of friends.
Can we just
Is what?
like pass it to the other screen?
I've turned off that one.
Oh.
Is it film budget statement?
Yes, film budget templates.
Is it template?
Yes,
Okay,
templates. Oh yeah, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Has it opened?
Yes.
Okay.
This is very soon.
It's not as plenty as yesterday's one. That first one I sent that had over 700. Or is it
264.
this current one? So do we all have the budget template opened? Streamers. Am I sure this is the one I want? Let me see. Okay, it is. No, this is just 57. Are you 57 items now, Shibi?
Are you sure it's the one I'm opening?
It should be. Ben, can you please check for me?
Template.
Film budget template, yes. Yeah. You've opened it.
Yes,
How many items? How many items are in it?
How many items? Well, I can't check.
It gets to pay line 59, 58, 59. Yeah, is that what you have to? Okay. Please check with her. Be sure that that's what she has opened.
No, this is
Uh-huh.
this one. This is not.
So just check in the WhatsApp group and so that you're sure it's the one we're working with that is opened.
So, I don't know what you guys are open
D6.
Number.
Okay, it's just 15.
Just 50. But wait, so the 59 is actually what's it called? When something is like this, what do you call it? Eh?
Zigzag.
No zigzag. Fraudulent is not the word I'm looking for, but like his trip is after look at the bottom of the spreadsheet, you see that we're on the top sheet. Yeah. If you look at the bottom, you see that there's still 1 above the line, 2 production expenses, 3 production expenses, 4 other expenses. And then if you scroll down, you see that the list is long, like very, very long. So how do we do this? The production top sheet is the key stuff we're working with. Yeah. And most times you don't need more than the production top sheet, especially if what you're doing is, yes, coming this way. Or who is calling?
Hello. Hello. Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Go ahead, please. I'm in class. I just answered your call. Okay. Have you been invited? Have you been sent an invitation for the interview? Come tomorrow. Just come tomorrow to do the interview. Do you have the address to the school? All right. Come tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Sorry about that. So have we? Are you going through the just top sheet, the first page only? Leave the other ones. If you're doing like a feature film, something big budget, then you can. The other pages are for breaking down the content in the top sheet. So let's just go through the top sheet first. Okay, the top sheet has what's it called? You see the basic details. Production company. You want to list the name of the production company, the project title. So meaning it's made by Ebony Life, for example, and the project title is Chief Daddy, so that we can relate. That's why I'm using well-known examples. Okay. And then budget dates. The date you're putting together the budget, shoot days, the number of days you estimate to shoot. Remember yesterday I said duration is one of the most important things you need to put on your sheet. It would be impossible to calculate a budget if you don't have an estimated number of days for the shoot. Meaning you should have done the breakdown of the shoot to figure out how many days you need for the shoot before you start putting together a budget for the shoot. Do we get that? Okay. Then producers, the name of the producers, are they union or non-union? This is a budget put together by somebody in the US. In the US, they have a major union that oversees the interest of film producers and filmmakers, SAG-AFTRA. Okay, it protects the interest of actors, producers, everybody inside the film industry.
We're on strike for a long time now.
Yeah.
Just hold it off.
Exactly. So if you're a member of the union, you're guaranteed a minimum wage and a certain number of hours. So if you're a member of SAG-AFTRA and I'm engaging you, I know I can't pay you below this. And I know that you yourself know that you are paid for so number of hours. After so number of hours, if you work any extra is overtime, and you must be paid for that overtime also. So the union holds everybody accountable. Fine, not everybody is a member of the union, so you can still do a production lesser than the budget of the union because you're using non-union practitioners. But that does not apply to us here. I just said, let me explain that bit. So moving on, then prepared by your name, locations. Now let's get to the budget itself, above the line. Hello, people of God. Are we there? Above the line. Can you see above the line in the... Who is in this streaming? Are we together? Okay, there's one person. I'm guessing that is DK. You're following, okay? All right, so above the line, you see how many items? Development costs, story and rights, producer units, director and staff, cast and travel and living. Is this different from what we discussed yesterday? No, this is exactly the cost that goes into budgeting for let's say a column above the line. Now let's just take a peek into the above the line under the what's it called? In the spreadsheet. You know, there's another spreadsheet, another one for above the line. I don't know if I'm saying the right English. Do you understand what I'm saying though? Yeah. Madam Jojo? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, if you take a peek into that, you now see a breakdown of everything that goes into above the line, where they break it down one by one. Development costs, what goes into it? Prelim breakdown, office expenses, survey and scouting. This is what we call recce here, recce. Travel expenses, reconnaissance. It's from the army where they go to scout and determine if this place will be suitable, etc. etc. So it's just called recce. Okay, travel expenses, legal and all in, meaning any extra expenses. Go to story and rights. You see writers, script purchase, script copies, script timing, script clearance, reports, blah blah blah. If you are buying scripts from just one person, do you need all of this breakdown? Nah, Mr. Man, sell scripts. I pay you the 25,000. I collect 5,000 naira from yourself. But you get the drift. So if you go back to the top sheet now, you see that the top sheet is actually more or less what we need, especially for low budget productions, not necessarily the very detailed breakdown you'll find in the other spreadsheets. So most times we should just stick to the top sheet, except you now need to detail You need the details of, for example, the production expenses. Let's go to the production expenses. Before we go on, you notice that the above the line has its own total. Above the line total. We're back on the top sheet in the top sheet now. Yeah. Aha. So every segment, there's 3 segments: above the line, production expenses, and post-production expenses, plus other expenses. Each of them have their own total, subtotal that is, and then a grand total. Aha. So let's go to production expenses: production staff, extra talent, set design, set construction, set pre-rig and strike, set operations, set dressing, property, wardrobe. Of course, you are aware that you only fill the one that is, what's it called to you. The ones you don't use, the one that is not your business, you skip it. You just type nil. Shebi, are we on the same page? Aha. So for example, set construction. Are you constructing sets? No. Then skip it. Don't give yourself extra headache with that particular item. The day you will need set construction, you will know that you need set construction. You don't need to be told that, do I need this one? If you need it, you will know that you need it. Okay? Wardrobe. Now, do you need wardrobe? Sure. Electric, camera, production, sound, makeup, and hair.
Production expenses.
Yeah, production expenses. We're on column 26, wardrobe. Are you there? Just scroll down to 26. A26, or is it C26?
Yeah, I mean, you already. Are you seeing above the line? Yeah,
Top
above-
sheet. And we're below above the line. Above the line ends on 14.
Okay, 24.
26. Aha. Next is electric. Yeah. Camera, production, sound, makeup and hair, transportation, locations, picture, vehicles and animals, special effects, visual effects, film and lab, BTL travel. Do we know the ones we need in these ones now? Yes, because we've broken down and we have a list of the things we need. We know we need makeup and hair, production, sound, camera, what's it called? Location, yeah. Transportation. Nobody told us, but now that you see transportation, do you think we need transportation?
Yes.
We just might need transportation. We're not sure yet, but we might need transportation. Are you getting it? Okay. So that brings us to an end to production expenses, total of the production. Then let's go to C, post-production expenses. You need film editing, you need money for music, money for visual effects if applicable, post-production sound if applicable, e.g. slap, shebi, e.g. the door creaking that you identified. Aha, okay. And then the total for that. Next is other expenses, column 48. Is that column or column? What's the other one? Row 48. God bless you, Jerry. See, people that are black, they are very, very smart. It's not easy to be black. You are just half black, half yellow, so we don't even know where to put you. So other expenses, you have publicity, legal and accounting, general expense, insurance. So let me bring us to, at this juncture, let's have a conversation. How many people are online? 0. But you'll be catching it. Depending on the scope of your production, you want to start factoring in insurance. Like you get to a certain level that you should and must insure your film, or at least certain aspects of it. Do we know how insurance works?
I have no idea.
Okay, so most Nigerians don't know how insurance works, and most of us have never filled any policy before, me inclusive. Okay, I have indirectly third-party insurance for vehicle. So though not directly, but indirectly, I've done third-party insurance. Okay. So insurance works like this. Let me use health insurance, for example. NHIS, there's a scheme, National Health Insurance Scheme. I think they've extended it to private companies too. When it first started, it was just to government workers. And this is how it works. They deduct a certain percentage of your salary. Yeah? Every worker. And it goes towards if you fall ill and you were to go to the hospital, and if it's a NHIS approved hospital, one, you get treated for free, and two, for drugs, you pay only a counterpart fee. I think it's 25%. I've forgotten the figure now. So if everything you're buying is 1,000 naira, you'd only be paying 250, and government will pay the remaining 750 as part of the insurance for your health. So they deduct small money from everybody, but when one person needs it, we pull the fund for that one person insurance. Same with car insurance. You pay insurance. If you don't get any accident and nothing, you can't come to claim insurance. So let's say out of 1,000 people who pay for insurance, maybe only 20 would have accidents and will need to come and claim. When they do come to claim, the insurance company is supposed to fulfill the claim and pay them for the damages. Supposed to. Another business entirely. Insurance companies, a lot of them are sharks
Everywhere in the world.
everywhere in the world. You're going to have to prove beyond reasonable doubt the reason why we should pay you. They first of all see you as a fraudster. Say you have accident. So except you can prove beyond reasonable doubt, okay, and then they pay insurance. But yeah, you at least see the general idea of why insurance is required, necessary. Okay, so if so the first person who did insurance that scared me, Bola Oba, it was in the UK then. That was when I was working with Ben TV. Well, not directly, I was attached to him. And that was when Nollywood was just beginning to blossom. He bought this new set of cameras from the UK for rentage, to be renting to filmmakers. That was even one of my first exposure to the Yoruba film industry, because most of folks who rented were Yoruba filmmakers, and I would be the one to go with the equipment to location, wait with them on location to finish and come back with the equipment. So that was the first time I was actually on a live Yoruba set. This was in the 2005, 6, 2007 ish. That's access. Okay. But where I'm going to is this: man insured those equipment. He didn't need to what's it called? Claim any insurance because nothing happened to the equipment. But peradventure, something had happened to the equipment. If you didn't insure it, oh yeah, so do you get it? But because you insured it, if you insured it against theft, if it was stolen and you can prove that it was stolen and it wasn't as a result of negligence on your part, then they would compensate you to, I don't know if it's the full extent or a certain extent of the value of that stuff that was, what's it called? Stolen.
So there's specific areas you can insure against whether it's theft or damage.
Yeah, or fire. There's fire insurance against, stuff like that. Insurance people can tell you more. There's health insurance, for example. There's insurance against death. And in fact, I think recently they started life insurance. And maybe there's even kidnapping insurance now.
So I know kidnapping insurance.
There's kidnapping insurance.
Yeah, sorry,
There is?
No insurance company.
Inception. No. In the movie Inception. No, it's not for regular people, ma'am. Sorry.
It's for who?
It's not for regular people. You have to be able to. Some people are insured up to like $10 million.
Not Nigeria. No, say it's not Nigeria.
What I wanted to ask specifically was, it just skipped me.
In
man.
Nigeria, no insurance company.
Okay, yeah, the death insurance. Like, how does it? What's the point? Like, okay, so it prevents you from dying or what?
It's not called
Life insurance.
It's called
Or
life
life
insurance.
No, it's called life insurance. Like, should you die? Like, before a certain. Is it before a certain or just when that person dies?
When you die, your family is
Entitled to a
people sue
certain
people for
thing.
their life insurance.
Yeah. That's how it works. So you take a life insurance policy and you start paying. Of course, as long as they are not dead, you keep paying. And as long as all the people who are paying, like insurance, say if this guy died, I could collect, and they know that they are entitled to it, they permit the guy to collect insurance.
It's different.
The difference between will is what you own. Will is what you own. Insurance is you don't own it already. You're contributing towards a certain like ajo, so to speak. It's like a cooperative collection donation. What do you call? It's not donation. You don't donate in corporation. Is it? It's donating. No. Everybody savings, and then if you die, family collects so figure. So Somebody should write a film about it. Life insurance. And then family that chooses to buy.
It's so much. There are a lot of foreign films.
So the question is
I've
how.
seen.
So again, it's not the story you tell, it's how you tell the story. There would always be another film about Pocahontas. There would always be another film about Snow White and the Huntsman. There would always be another film about you get it. But the question, and people still go to watch it. Why? We want to see how you will tell what spin you're putting on the story, even though we know the outcome of the film already. So it's the reason why it's not so much of a big deal. Still writing something that has been written before now. But the question
Let me
is,
tell you Kim Kardashian's
do
own
you-
story about it. The movie she acted. about
Kim
that.
acted
Yes.
a film.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She was getting married to street bums. What they call those people? Homeless people. So she take a life insurance on them. She got married like 5 times before they caught her. It's a movie. So she'll get married to them. She'll take a life insurance policy on their head. Kill them. Go to the next one. Out of the street.
Yes,
Clean them
so
up, take a life insurance. Kill them until they caught her. Until she was caught. It's a movie. I've seen it.
yes, so
Kim Kardashian. Yes. Mm.
Can we, so,
can we continue?
no,
Yeah.
I mean, are we done for this one? Because
Mm-mm.
yesterday you said at some point at
We're going to, and we're essentially actually have started that the moment it came in, which is the script breakdown we did. You don't, I know that you don't know. Did you not do script breakdown now?
This is
What do you think of
I listened to it.
Since yesterday or when?
No, wow. It's okay, you can keep it.
No, I'm serious. I just took it from here.
Oh, you took this one from me.
Yes.
Because I know the one I've been drinking. Okay, never mind.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay, DK, are you still there? Wait, those of us here, are you subscribed to our YouTube channel? No. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. Pick your phone. Just thank you. Just pick your phone now. Go to YouTube and go to Lagos Film School and subscribe. Now, Alex, are you subscribed?
No, my phone is there. Not there.
Are you charging it then?
Funny, I brought my head. I forgot the cable in the system.
And I don't think Type C is not that common. Type C is not the commonest.
You charge it with the laptop now.
iPhone itself.
Really? Where's it come?
That's hello, Anne.
This one is like
Hello, hi. No. Just normal.
Okay, that's this one.
Where exactly are you at?
Thank you.
I think you're better. I'm not sure.
Jesus. Train station has 3 terminals. That is a description of every train station on the road from Edo. Oshodi. Okay. Where in Oshodi? Okay, hold on. All right. You are still far from Makoto. Hold on. So I just need you to ask somebody for tell them you're going to Airport Road. Just ask, where can I get a bus to Airport Road? Please ask. Yeah, no, don't hang up. I want to know where you are. Where are they calling? Is that Aja?
Go to Oshodoke.
She's like this other side of Oshodi. Down. So she has to walk out with us.
Go to Oshodoke.
What she say all these terminals? I'm charging her. She don't have a line.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's super slow.
Why is it weird? This is not like though.
It doesn't matter.
It's on the better.
Anne, hello, Anne. Can you ask the gentleman where exactly you are? Yes, that spot, that very spot from where he's describing from. Or can I talk to him? And where in Oshodi?
Very simple.
On
Find
the
where this thing is. There's no point. Just tell somebody to take where it is.
oh, Terminal 3.
Some people they don't enter buses. That's the problem. They always have.
Uber.
Terminal 3.
Some
Okay,
people
follow
they
the
don't-
good
you can't
story.
describe anywhere for my
Just
sister,
go
my
straight
younger
ahead.
sister. You cannot describe anywhere for
Or are you on
Right.
the right side?
It is like Osho this one. She can't even cross one of them. She don't follow.
Going
There are people like that. The first I think I saw this time was the boy told the story for 3 years. Now I'm very excited. So the people don't know how to enter buses. They don't know like that. I'm sure they don't know.
Oh, is there right? It says, since you're not using grade. I thought she was taking.
I told you that iPhone.
It's understandable for someone to can use an iPhone.
Uh-huh.
You understand? But for someone to say I can use, I can use, and I thought she was like saying that she can never use it. But she said she doesn't even know how to operate it. I laughed after I had it.
Okay, so should we officially end the production? No, let's finish this thing, the budgeting thing. Let's finish the budgeting thing. Although we are done, but just for the sake of practicals. All right. So we drew. Can somebody read out to me the figures in our last what's it called?
Okay, 4 characters. We have 4 characters.
Yeah, that beats. Okay. So as it concerns putting a price into this thing now, I just want you to open this on one end. And now the Excel spreadsheet, let's open that in another document. Okay. So let's take it from the top. Yeah. Although it is in dollars, but ignore. We're just imputing figures. It's the total figure we'll be working with. We know it's in Naira, although it is saying dollars. So development costs, which includes story and all of that. So for story and write, how much are we paying our scriptwriter?
That's not paying her so much because she don't know what she
Thank you.
does.
Okay, so 5K.
We'll produce that.
So we put $5,000 in there.
5,000 naira.
Either ways. Okay. So you know that for development costs, we can put
Yes, but she confused us. Sophie, Brenda, Broma. She just mixed all the characters.
how much are we
Like
paying? How much are we paying our producer?
2M.
So they want to pay writer 5,000, but pay producer 2 million. You see? All right. So let's put 25K for our producer. Yeah. And the director also 25,000. Remember, it's a low budget production we're doing. Cast. We have 3 main casts. 4. Yeah, 4. So let's pay them a daily rate of 10,000. And since this is a film we can finish in a day, so that would be quantity 4. Do you notice there's a place for quantity? The one that has 111. Okay, so we have quantity 4. The next should be price 10,000, which would give us 40,000. Are we all on this? It's Coke that I want to drink that you're giving. I will drink you. Give it to him. I'm just give it to him. Water. Is that water? No. I've sent someone to buy me cold Pepsi. I've told them downstairs to hunt for cold Pepsi for me. No, I'm serious.
No, I asked me because what I asked for.
Drink Coke now.
What Coke for that matter? You don't want to that's what you're saying.
All right, let's go to production expenses. Production staff. Okay, so in this scenario where we said we're working with a team of just 3: producer, director, cinematographer. Every other person, we fill the roles up.
Yeah.
Very low budget production. So production staff, change the 2 to 0. We're not working with any. Extra talent, 0. Yeah. Set design, 0. Construction, 0.
Why don't you just leave it out since we're not using it? Let's just what we're using.
No, you so that you can always have this template and only fill in what you need,
So you go write
because
0.
just write 0 so that it doesn't inflate your figure. Set operations 0, set dressing 0, property, okay? And these props, yeah, we've identified the different props we need. So we need a gas cooker, we need water. Is it still on the body? Yeah, and we should have rubbed it too.
Like 6 props.
6 props,
Fire, pot,
yeah,
bucket,
bucket,
water,
water. Is there anything that needs purchase there? Plates. Is there anything we need to purchase there?
No.
Mm, we will not even want to purchase bunk. Like I see this as things we can borrow, bring from home, etc. Okay. The bunk. Anyway, let's fix prices. Let's assume we're buying them.
Let's fix prices.
Let's assume
I
we're
don't
buying
like all
them.
these free things. Let's know the price of the. Let's know how
The
much it
actual
costs.
Okay. So for this, you go to the 2 production expenses. Yeah. Remember, there's a production expenses. What's it called? Page. God bless you.
Production expenses, that's 2, yeah. About
Okay. We're looking for the props, Abby. Can you find it?
looking, celebration, dressing, property.
Yeah.
You
Have you
saw
seen it?
property.
Yeah.
What's
Are we
what's
seeing it in
wrong?
the top sheet?
No. Now we're in production expenses. Where is it? What row are you on?
I think 6 1.
6? Cannot be. 6 is assistant director.
It's different. Okay. I think it's showing differently from.
You shouldn't.
There are subcategories under it.
You're looking at the extreme, the number of the.
Property. I've seen it. Prop master,
This is
assistant
top
prop
shit. This is
master.
Brian. To 6.
Wait.
You want to go back to top shit?
Hold on. Production expenses. I don't know what it is you have done, but there should be a column here.
Yeah, it's not showing on there.
I can see it's not showing. That's why I'm wondering. See here.
Is this it?
expenses.
Property.
Yeah. What is the row number?
93.
93.
Property.
You
master.
get that now. So what are you using to view?
Okay, I'm using the document here.
Aha, maybe that's
Straight from WhatsApp. I'm not using any.
You said 96, yeah? Yes, 93, 94. Aha. So here we can add props master. If you're paying your props, the props master is the head of the props department. Okay. Assistant props master, additional prop labor, armorer, purchase. All of those are individuals, purchases, then rentals. Okay. Let's go down. Rentals, the specific stuff that you're renting. So this is 99. This is what we're coming to. I was expecting it to even be broken down beyond this, because this is asking for a total, not the specific items for what's it called?
Okay, the purchases where there's some things you will buy outright. And the rentals, there's some
Things that you rent. So it is the figure you would impute here.
So these are scripts. We're not buying anything.
We could rent, like for example, you could go to normal rental place and rent what's it called? Pots and plates. As in, I mean, where they cook rental. On top of a hen now. And you can rent all of those things from them, assuming with that you're not coming with anything from home, you're renting or buying everything you need for it. So of course, you pick the phone, call the rental place. Hello, if you want to rent a dozen chairs. Okay, what if it's just place we want to rent? How much is it? And then you know what figure you want to put in here. Remember, we're doing first of all estimated billing, just as if we're NEPA. Is estimated billing before prepaid come. Okay, so we get the drift here. Can we enter? Let's come up with a figure. Let's go back to the top sheet.
500.
We said 6 items, yeah. Let's say we put 10,000 for.
Rentals.
Yeah. The only challenge I have now is the bunk. If we're buying a bunk outright, it's like 70, 80K. Although it will still require mattresses.
So you have to rent it.
So it's better to rent than to buy. Assuming that we can't get a hostel. Because the goal is to rent, is to find locations that is quite suitable. Aha. All right. Wardrobe. Most likely you would ask your actors to come with their own clothes, or else you get a costumier who would essentially rent those items. Okay. Electric, zero. Um, camera, yes. So we could do a one camera shoot or a two camera shoot. I showed us how much to rent yesterday. So say we're renting a Black Magic, we're renting just one. That's 70,000.
Well, for this kind of low budget movie, we cannot rent a
We can rent something lower.
lower.
We can rent a 5D. So let's say 35,000.
We
35K
don't need it for a day because we can shoot
for
this
one
in a
day. Yes. What did I?
Production.
But I'm the only one that is entering the prices. So you're not doing it on your own spreadsheet. Oh.
I'm not.
You should do. It should be that's the concept of we're
So I
budgeting.
cannot work on this spreadsheet.
By God's grace.
Oh, that's
And you can
cool.
download it as many times as you want to.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't like to work on it.
I thought
Like
well,
this
I
on
thought
the
we all
platform.
I thought we all adjusting the price as we're going.
You said the production, the director, 25,000, right?
Yeah.
I'll just do it. You can go on. I'll do it.
Hold on before we go on. Come to the bottom of the sheet. Row 55.
Yeah.
Are you on row F50 tip? Small tip. Let's come to click on row 55, the one that says value. It doesn't have a figure.
55 said one fee.
No, I mean F55 or 55F. You have 55, but go to column F on row 55. Shay, are we there? Do you know what is column F on? Aha. Alexander, do you get what I
Where they
mean?
intersect, basically. Where they intersect.
Where they intersect, exactly. Are you there, Madam Joe?
Yeah.
So what does it say? Value, yeah? Hashtag value. Or does it have a specific value imputed? It says 0, okay? If you click on it, let me show you what I'm doing here. If you click on this, the value, let me share it to those who are watching from. I can. I can. On which screen? Here. It's not even connected. Since almost everything we're doing was online, so okay. So I'm guessing those of you streamers, you can see 3 people are online. Yeah. Okay. So you see where I am now, F55 here. It says if you come to the top, you see that there's a formula attached. It says equals to, can you see it? Equals to sum on the top bar here. Alex,
Yeah.
can you see on the top bar here? That's the figure for this value here. Equals to bracket something. There's a formula, yeah, and the formula is supposed to say all the budget, all the totals, all the figures we've imputed automatically calculates the total. That's what that is for. So those are the basic things you need to learn in Excel. It's not anything else, just such that it can do basic calculation for you. You get it? So this calculation is not correct. It's
59.
There's some other parts that
mm,
some figures that way.
there's a multiplication thing that is causing the wahala there. So once you remove the multiplication, it should. Anyways, but you get this, yeah? So if you need a special class in Excel, like it's in 30 minutes, 1 hour, we can learn the basics we need for Excel to work as filmmakers. It's not, if you know how to use Word, like if you're a little computer literate, I don't mean somebody who is, what are you? But basic, I think you guys should be computer literate enough. 1 hour, you should be able to find your way around in Excel to be able to do these basic things we need as filmmakers to do in Excel. Okay? So, do you need me to teach you? Are you going to pay me for teaching you? It's not part of our producing class. So that one is just 100K only. 1 hour class. How many people are registering?
Don't worry.
Aha. So since we're here, before we go, I think we have the producing and the editing folks right here, right now. Yeah. There are just 2 people online. I thought there were 3, but a number of us is here. Okay, so you are doing directing, not producing. Yeah. Okay, I'm speaking specifically to the producing class. Our producing class should end tomorrow, the lecture half, just like for the directing. But the directing class is moving at a faster pace than the producing class. By the time we do short breakdown today, what's left for us to do, Kopomo? Yeah. However, for the producing class, there's still quite a number of things to be done. So I'm going to do one more class for us on Sunday. It will be YouTube live stream like this. It's online, 100% online. So to just be me doing. And if anybody misses it, you can catch a rewatch. You know how we do it now. Yeah. So it fills in the gap of anything else we don't cover by the end of tomorrow. So that at least all the requirements of what we need to know to be able to function, we know it. And then when we get to the practical part of things, we start putting them to use. And anything else that is left, we pick up on the set, on the move. Okay? Do we get that? How did he get to the lecture center? Who? How can that person say he forgot his head at home? Did anybody say he forgot his head at home here? DK, are you?
Are you a comedian?
DK, they said, are you a comedian? All right, so that's that. Our directing class goes as what's it called? As scheduled. Madam Joe, do you need you've gotten a hang of filling in the budget to get the total?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do that. So, one last thing. We're shooting on Thursday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesday, we meet with the script. We'll do a breakdown of everything, directing class and producing class. You guys are coming up with budgets. We guys were coming up with shooting schedule, short lists, and everything we need to do the shoots. Wednesday, actors show up, everything, producers come with everything we need. Camera, everything is on ground. We go ahead to shoot on Wednesday. Are we on the same page? We'll get a cinematographer coming, and okay, we don't need to have an editor on first film as a class. It will be a group work, all of us. Okay, so producing class, somebody will be location manager, somebody will be production manager, somebody will be blah 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 blah. Directors, same. Either you're the director, assistant director, script supervisor, all of that, all of that, all of that. So we'd work as a team to do that production. And then we'll plan for our next production for next week, which will be individual projects. But I want all of us to see how it is even done collectively before we start running shows and running projects on our own.
The production, we can do the need and put everything in place. Like we can do the production the next day. We don't
Yes.
meet 3 times.
No, it's next day. We come on Tuesday for pre-production and we shoot on Wednesday.
Next day. We don't have to come for 3 days.
No,
People
just
might-
2 days.
People might find it difficult to like come
I
back.
get that, just for 2 days next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Those of us at home, are we getting the flow? So next week, our first shoot, Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll do pre-production on Tuesday and we'll go ahead to shoot on Wednesday. Those of you who are in Lagos, plan to be here on Wednesday next week. Whatever needs to shift, make it shift. Although you can follow us online, but then there's nothing better than you physically, practically being here. Okay, if you got that, those of you online, please indicate, let me know that you got the information. Okay, so yeah, I think officially we can bring the producing class to an end for today so that we can jump into the directing class. Yeah,
Okay.
producers, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
So producing class has come to
Class
an
was
end.
very nice because we learned a lot. You know, I was always asking about that money.
Yeah. We'll still look at 1 or 2 ways on how to raise funds, but it still is going to be, you would have to work it, but we'll talk about different fundraising, what's it called? So we're signing up for the producing class now. Let me wait for it. This is 1 minute, 1 hour, 59 seconds. Let me intentionally wait until it's 2 hours on the dot, and then I'll log out. We'll take a 10 minutes break, and then we'll start the directing class proper.
You're waiting for someone that is on the way.
Yeah, she's coming for the directing class.
And where is she?
She was at Osho the last time we spoke. So by the time we start, she should be here for the directing class. And cut.